Okay, that is fantastic. I'll let them know. Bye-bye. Well, hey guys, we are on a lot in the lovely, very social neighborhood of Trillium on lovely Lake Martin. And we are cooking up a fantastic segment for you about this neighborhood in a couple of weeks. But you know what else is going on in a couple of weeks? We just got off the phone with Alabama Power, and March 1 is Plug Day. What is Plug Day? That is when the water starts to rise and lake season has begun.
Hey, come on in.
Hey!
Hey, Paige, how are
Oh,
you?
good. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming by at 128 Creek Drive, our new listing here. So
No, I can't wait to see it.
absolutely, I've
been
got
a-
some breakfast for us. If you want to grab something, just throw your cooler over here. We'll get
Okay.
it later when we go down for dinner.
Awesome. Thank you. Look
Got
how
some
good this
blueberry
is.
muffins.
Awesome.
So grab something, and we'll just go in the dining room and sit and have a chat.
Dining room. I
Yes.
love it. Well, I love your house.
Thank you very much.
It is the perfect entertaining lake house, don't you think?
Absolutely. We spend time in every part of the house, from here in the dining room, upstairs, and we have a kitchen up here. We can cook and have dinner upstairs, to the deck where we grill, to downstairs where we entertain as well.
You know, a formal dining room of this size is kind of rare in a house.
Yeah, and this is a full-size table. We can add leaves to it as well, so tons of room.
And one of my favorite things about a 30-second commute off 280.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can be at Highway 119 in about an hour.
Well, nobody gets lost finding your house.
No, I just tell them when you cross the bridge, look, turn left, and you're
Yes.
there.
Yes. So tell us about how you went about your search when you were looking.
So I
move.
grew up here in Alex City, and we had been looking to get back on the lake for a little while, and been in Birmingham for about the past 25, 30 years, and just decided it was time to try full time at the lake. So we've been watching this house for a little while. I knew the people growing up here in high school. I knew the family that lived here, and just thought it was an interesting thing. We saw it, fell in love with it, the views, everything, and just it was perfect for us.
Well, I think this house is unique in that it's got 350 waterfront feet.
Yes.
That is huge. And it's not like your normal just level lot, I mean, it's almost like being in New England or on the, West Coast.
Absolutely.
With all your rocks and
And
stuff.
the thing that caught our eye was the second you walk in the front door, all you see is water.
Yes.
From every window, from the living room, from the dining room, from the den. It's just water. You don't even see the land. So
Yes.
it's just, you almost feel like you're on a ship.
Yes. It's a split level home.
Correct.
So you have bedrooms where, big king size beds,
Yes.
all on one end of the house. So if somebody's having a lazy Saturday morning,
Right.
they can enjoy, staying in bed or going to bed early and not interrupting what's going on in your formal part of the house.
Right.
And then it's like you have a whole nother house downstairs.
Absolutely. The entire basement is finished with a kitchen, eating area, den. It's as much room downstairs as it is upstairs.
Yes. I think we shall call it two houses for the price of one.
Absolutely.
You have the marina across
Yes.
the water from you. Tell us about that.
So we have stored our boat at River North for going on 10 years now. And it's nice. I mean, for the service they offer, it's valet. We call from here at the house. If you're standing on the deck, you actually can see them putting your boat in. So you know when to
Okay.
go, we know when you can go and pick it up, but it's so convenient. You call, they put your boat in the water, you go right there. It's 2 minutes away. If you had a jet ski, it would be about 30 seconds to pick up your boat.
Oh my gracious.
2 docks that you could pick up your guest on here on the property. And it's just the convenience factor of it. When you're done for the day, you drop it at the marina and you're home in 2 minutes.
Okay, and we've already addressed you are very close to 280 Bridge.
Correct.
Now, I moved from the city too. I was
Yep.
a Birminghamer just like you were. And My first year when I was here and I could not hear any sound, it kind of
Right.
freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah.
So address the 280 traffic.
I love it. It's most people would, are a little freaked out when they first come over because, I mean, it's just like anything. I mean, I grew up on 9th Avenue in Oak Lawn, and we had a train track one
Yes.
street over.
Oh, yes.
By the second week of summer, I didn't hear it anymore.
Right. I know every time I walk in, I go, I can't hear anything.
No,
It's just peaceful, normal,
it's-
awesome.
All the windows are double pane, and they've only been replaced just within the last few years, so they're all brand new. And you will hear nothing inside, and so like I said, we love
Yeah.
it. We love it.
Well, it is lovely. I
you.
consider it a sleeper. Like you don't
absolutely.
expect all of this in one house right
Yeah.
here.
Most
David.
people are very surprised when they come in. They are taken aback at how much space they actually have. I mean, it's 3 formal bedrooms, 1 bonus room in the basement, 2 living rooms, 2 kitchens, 2 dining areas. Like you
Yes.
said, it's really 2 houses.
Yes. Well, thank you for letting me list it. And if you would like to see 128 Creek Drive, check out pagepatterson.com and come take a peek. What are we doing next?
Next, we will probably have some lunch off of the Big Green Egg. I've been cooking all morning. Looking forward to your visit. And then maybe after that, maybe a boat ride.
Sounds like a perfect day for me.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Well, we always wanted a lake house. It's always been tops on one of the things we've wanted. And we've known Paige for some time, and we had learned, I guess, a year ago, that she was in real estate around Lake Martin. So we made contact with her and just gradually looked at houses. And one of those things, when you walk in a house, this is the one. And so we found this one, fell in love with it. Paige put us in touch with Trey, and I can't say how much or how enjoyable it was working with Trey. He's just great, and I know he probably got tired of all of my many questions and him asking me a question and me texting him back wanting to ask him a question to his question.
Like Steve said, we saw many houses, and when we walked into this one, we just knew. And so the transaction has been so smooth, and working with Trey, it's just been awesome. And today, during closing, no hiccups. It was all just smooth as it can be.
We are at the Elks Lodge, and we love Lake Martin.
So Paige, I made my tenderloin. The key is on the Big Green Egg for about 30 minutes till it gets to 150 degrees internal. And then we take it off and wrap it, cut it, it's ready to go. We cook outside every single day here. It's great. Oh my God, that smells absolutely delicious. And it's served with, I've got a little bit of sriracha mayonnaise and yeast rolls just for sliders, and it's a perfect thing to have here, take on the boat, whatever you prefer.
Well, lunch was awesome.
You're very welcome.
You are a perfect host, and I hope to be a very good guest. I know it's never expected, but always appreciated when you're going out on somebody's boat or visiting their lake house to bring a little something. So I brought us ingredients to make Arnold Palmer's today.
Excellent.
Sound good?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna slice a lemon. These came to mind because they're just really refreshing and very easy to make. So I'm gonna whip out our cooler, get us some good ice. Now I know we use the fancy drinks, the fancy glasses upstairs, but we're going solo cups for the boat.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's me a lemon and you a lemon. And check this out, it's so simple, just a half tea. And I use unsweet tea, so it's not so super sweet. and lemonade. All right, you can't get much easier than that. Let's go boating.
Let's do that, but before we go, the only thing I would add is maybe just a little bit of vodka. So for a John Daly instead of an Arnold Palmer. So
All right, way to kick it
we'll
up,
be
David.
ready to hit the water now.
Okay. Thanks. Just
You're very
go
welcome.
have a good day.
Absolutely.
Hello, I'm Karen Chanel, and I love Lake Martin, and this is Fancy, and she loves Lake Martin too.
Hey, this is Stephen Tomlin, and I'm excited to be back on Love Lake Martin. If you remember in the past, I used to do the calendar of events with Paige, and that was always fun. Anyway, I'm glad to be back today to introduce a very special guest. Super special. I have known her since 1983. It's my sister, Robin Berkowitz. Hi. Hello, Robin. We're super excited. It's a very special time in all of our lives to have Robin back in the area. She just moved her family from Canada back to the South. So it's kind of a big deal for all of us. We're just all adjusting, and she's here now. So Robin, tell us why you came back to the South.
Well, I did leave in about 2001, so it's been about 15 years since I've lived in the South. And I just kind of had this desire to go and see places and travel. And once we eventually got our fill of adventure, had a little girl, and decided what's the best place to settle down and raise a family, memories came flooding back from our childhood here at Lake Martin.
Yeah.
And your family being here, you love it, you have the most wonderful things to say about it. We couldn't pick a better place than Alexander City to do that.
I always tell people it's like the best place to raise kids. And like Robin said, I mean, we grew up on Lake Martin on the weekends. Like, we didn't take many vacations. We came here every weekend. We made all of our favorite memories. Wouldn't you say those are my favorite memories?
Yes,
I
there's
mean,
some good
we
ones.
water skied. We came in the winters. We had a cave. We had the gypsy camp.
Yes.
I mean, we just ran wild. We were barefoot. You know, we had a great time.
Yeah, well, we built forts. We found caves, like she said, did fires. Like, we just kind of let our wild child run. And I think that really has nurtured Stefan and I to the point where we just love that kind of adventure. It's part of our character now.
Yeah.
Really, Lake Martin has made us bud into these people that really appreciate nature.
Absolutely.
And the resources that this area has to offer as well.
Yeah, lots of natural resources here that we love. We love to hike, and we're gonna kind of learn more about the river. We've got a lot of fun things planned. Robin literally drove this big raft. We call it the Pickle. It's this huge green raft. She drove it from Canada. She met us like in Yellowstone with it. She's just the craziest person. Like, who just drives a raft down? I don't know. Anyway, so there she was in the big white truck and this huge raft behind her. I'm like, well, she's here.
It goes everywhere with me. And I was really excited, actually. Stefan, as she's kind of fed me information over the years about the area and how it's developed, one part that we've talked a lot about is the natural resources here that really aren't really, I guess they're not so tapped in yet. So the river, the north part of the river here, there is one
pretty
guide
untouched.
service on there, but that's it. Yeah, not a lot of people get out, but my love is on the river. And so when I was kind of talking about a place to move to, she was like, well, we have the best river in the state, so why not here? And
Not
I
many
always
rafts.
follow the water, so.
Yeah, she when she was little, she had this Coca-Cola bathing suit. Like, we couldn't even get her out of it. Like, it was so odd and weird, and she just wore it. Even in the winter, like, my mom was like, whatever. Just wore it her whole life. So we just knew that Robin was, like, drawn to water. She was destined to be near the water sometime, you know, in her life. So here she is. She went to Alaska. She's been to Colorado. She's lived on a glacier, rafted, Arkansas River, all kind of really, really cool stories.
And
So
I have
she's
drugged
got-
Stefan, and every single place I've lived, drug her on those adventures too.
Yeah, we've had some really crazy adventures. What's your favorite?
It's going to be a tie.
Okay.
It's going to be a tie between the time you visited me in Colorado and we road tripped up to Telluride, did some skiing. And it's going to be a tie between that and probably our Alaska trip together,
Yeah.
where you came. Actually, we all went with Mom.
We took a girls' trip. My mom, my sister, and I. We're
Yeah.
all kind of adventurous, so
And we went down the Portage River, which
we
comes
missed
off
our
of
flight.
Portage, yes, which comes off Portage Glacier, and the water's just like turquoise and milky blue. It's just
Beautiful.
gorgeous. And there was a moose. We saw a moose
We
and
saw bears,
bears. Yeah, we saw so much great stuff. On that trip.
whales.
Yeah, we did a
glaciers.
big whale watching trip.
Amazing. And then I knew after that trip that Robin was going to move to Alaska, and it happened.
A year later.
But now she's back from outer space. Anyway, Robin, we're super excited to have you back.
Yes, I'm
Love
happy
it.
to be back.